7-yard pickup. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off.
And it's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 4 yards out, and the Raiders add on to their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Janikowski adds the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Sebastian Janikowski set to kick off.
Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Now Trubisky lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Touchdown, Las Vegas.
That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But things don't improve fast then. I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Janikowski good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Bears nothing. Sebastian Janikowski set to kick.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now it's Patterson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10. At their own.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky, and his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Trubisky will throw. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Janikowski adds the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Sebastian Janikowski set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Now it's Patterson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But now it's third down.
He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Bears nothing. Sebastian Janikowski.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Patterson on the return. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now this one complete on the slant route. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Here's the first carry for Drake Cohen. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Taken at about the 16. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points. points. It's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. The end result, 21 yards. Gets this one to use check. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 15 yards on the play. First down. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time, a 6-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Sebastian Janikowski set to...
Now, Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and that'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
First down.
Out of the gun, Trubisky looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Ryan Dahl.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
46-yard line.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down, Trubisky, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
By Patrick Peterson.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Ashton Davis. Tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there, gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. That one looks like he'll throw here to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. But now it's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and...
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
On the keeper.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking taking a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think
Sebastian Janikowski lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technical... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be risk.
Cohen lost the football. Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. Well, he's free going down the side. It's a foot race. And that may just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Janikowski good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
Sebastian Janikowski set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 34. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Janikowski set to...
Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it.
And my goodness, another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Raider defense delivers a score.
Las Vegas.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. back to the air. Trubisky after the pick six. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Well, you came up short in this one, but no worries. Select replay challenge and go get that win. And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
23 yards, the final tally. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
33-yard attempt.
And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
Bears, nothing.
That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment.
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Mitchell Trubisky taking the field to lead Chicago. Trubisky, the Ohio native, went to North Carolina, then drafted by these Bears as the number 2 pick in 2017.
Well, I talk with people around the league about Mitchell Trubisky when he's coming out of North Carolina. Those have questions about him. They often centered in on the fact that he was only a 1-year starter and wondered why he couldn't beat out the guy ahead of him beforehand. I just locked in on the athletic ability, the accuracy, and then once he got the football, how the team responded to him. I think his upside is big.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he caught it up. And the Raiders pick it up. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves.
Now Trubisky lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out.
What, on that ball?
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball, what's going on? Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out and playing the NFL.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Peterson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. They'll run with Peterson. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put it into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Floating one incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward is just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
5-yard line.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Ashton Davis there on the coverage.
Trubisky now on the keeper. Now Trubisky lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Aeneas Williams on the coverage.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Trubisky to throw again. Eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Buying time to his left. I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down.
10 at the 20-yard line.
Now it's Trubisky. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
A 37-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky, but that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football But this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And it's complete to Kelsey. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half.
Sebastian Janikowski set to kick off.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this 2nd half. And into the end zone, touchdown Las Vegas.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rule seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. 3rd quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. And now look at this. Big gain, but fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Right now, it's caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darnell Mooney, 49 yards. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Raiders. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
First down.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Here's Trubisky to throw. And left side here, it's Graham. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
2nd and 5. at the Raiders' 30.
Now Trubisky. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Bears first down.
Play action. It's Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Cordero Patterson there to make the grab. And the Bears get a bit closer. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They'll begin with a run by Gallman. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
The ball carrier.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Jerry Rice, 65 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
For the extra point.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And the Raiders pick it up.
Recovered by the Raiders.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And 7.
Escaping the pressure right. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Sebastian Janikowski set to kick off.
And the Bears hands team it's a fumble.
The onside kick recovered by the Raiders.
The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Buster Screen is able to bring him down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And give him another 6. It's called for a touchdown. And the blowout continues. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one. You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Now, Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
First down, Chicago.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky. And the ball's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And that will write a finish to this ball game. There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any stars on the